Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Good morning, afternoon, and night. Welcome to the stream. My name is Steampunk Fiend. I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. And if not, welcome to the Barkade. Let's hopefully change that as we settle in for a nice Thursday in our penultimate day of Rainbows in July. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I am having a wonderful day. We are now above $200 total raised across Twitch and Tiltify. I made my donation today, so that got us over the hump. And we're hoping to reach new heights as well. Tiltify, of course, will still say 150, and Twitch will say $50 that we've raised. But combining those together across both when the campaigns end will be over $200, which is fantastic. And I appreciate you guys and all your support for the past 8 going on 9 days. It's been fantastic putting on art for you guys. I hope you all are excited for another 2 days of this. ArtFight's coming to a close tomorrow. Technically, it ends on August 1st. I think the art submissions close August 1st, in the afternoon. And then we get our results later on down the line. But you guys won't have to wait for your results on how well the charity is doing. If I plan everything correctly and I like all my energies, if I have enough spoons left to do it, I'll put up a graphic hopefully by the end of the week with our total raised when we're done, because tomorrow this event ends. But today, we still are raising money for Rainbow Railroad, whose mission it is to advocate and provide at-risk queer folk pathways to safety through resource procurement and guidance through resettlement to ensure that queer people do not have to fear for their lives in their countries of origin. And so we're doing great work here. I think we're just going to hop over and we're going to start doing some art. A little bit later, I'll show off a video from the... Is it CEO or the lead? I forget. But I'm gonna show a video off of Devin Matthews speaking about the work that Rainbow Railroad does. Head of programs is Devin. I'm gonna use interchangeable pronouns because I forgot their pronouns off the top of my head. I'll see if maybe it won't matter, but Devin Matthews will hopefully get the video up for us a little bit later, and we'll see kind of what the effects are going, or what some areas are that are being focused on by Rainbow Railroad and the operations that are going on over there at the current time. But right now, we're going to switch on over our gears to art and what we were working on for ArtFight. We are tackling Phobos of... Is it Lazy Pancakes? Just Pancakes. I'm thinking of Lazy Regina. We already attacked a couple days ago. But Just Pancakes. We're going to hopefully get an art for them done here. I didn't get a message back from them about their character, so I'm hoping if I just wing it, I can do it justice, and we'll do as best we can. Really quickly, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to look up some anatomy. So allow me a quick moment here, y'all. That's some really cute teeth I'm noticing as I'm looking up their anatomy. So the jaw, the lower jaw is a little spiny, but actually not the top part of the head. I might actually have to round out the skull a little further. Oh, let me also do one quick thing I forgot to do. Wow. Okay. We also look up bat ears. Oh my gosh, I have found some of the cutest fellows on earth. Holy cow. uh, I'm gonna see if I can bring this up here. I'm not gonna scroll because I don't know. It's actually gonna be lower here, but maybe a little bit of warning for anybody who is afraid of bat ears. But this is so cute. Look at these little guys and their big old ears. They're so cute. The the crazy perspective on the second one's kind of funny and intense, but I love it. They're so cute. How do bats see with their ears? Ah, yes, my eyeballs are in my ears. I know what it means, echolocation and stuff, but like, I can't help but riff on that. I think it's really silly. Gosh, look at them big old ears. What are they hearing with that? Bro, get them big ass ears out of the way, goddamn caption. I kind of wanted to do that of this of Phobos here. Get your ears out of the way of the get your ears out of the way of the caption. I think that'd be really funny, but maybe I won't. There's apparently bat-eared foxes, and that's really cute too. Big ol' ears. Giant hearing devices. Antenna at large scale. Okay. So I think, like I said, though, we're going to round out the skull structure here. Kind of like that. And then I'm not sure if I want to do teeth here or not. So let me walk you all through the idea I got in my brain. So since I don't have a clear idea of what Phobos and how the bat skull works in terms of their appearance and stuff, the idea I'm going for is similar to that one Pokemon that wears a skull on his face that I can't remember the name of that I really still love though. Regardless, the skull on the head is kind of what I'm going for as an idea. So I'm trying to think if I want to do teeth on the bottom, or technically on the bottom of the top part of the jaw, if that makes sense. So we're gonna have them along where teeth would be, along the jawline, the upper jawline, the mandible. Uh, or if I'm just gonna do it without teeth, have it be structured accordingly. What I could do is I could actually technically, to better make it a bat-like appearance, I don't know if I want to go for realism or not. We'll think about this, because Phobos has a very snout-like appearance here, and I kind of dig that, but I think I am going to go a little bit more for realism here on the nose. So we're going to try and bring that nose a little closer in, and potentially even make it bigger. Do they have the nostril part like we do as humans? No, not really. And then what we'll try and do is I'm also going to try and angle our skull a little downwards here. Kind of lean into that roundness that I'm seeing in skull anatomy for bats here. And they do have a rather thick top lip, if that makes sense, right? But it's rather vacant, or I should say, it's thick, but it's also it's a rather small piece. It doesn't actually like extend in different places. Hello, love it when I do that. One thing I can think about doing is I can go for bigger eyes if I wanted to as well. But I think I should retain some of that skull structure here. Where it's just like, it's just one long piece, really. Maybe I should go for a little bit bigger. No. I do want to try, let's see how I like this look here, though. This is playing with anatomy a little bit for cartoonish effect. But having the eyes come down a little bit to be like really exaggeratedly like done with things, I think is kind of funny. But maybe I can actually just like half in that. Let's see if I just go for half. I think half is still pretty good. Let me bring this back a little bit here. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be that like sticking out as far as that. The sound's not that long. So we'll keep it like this. Really quickly as well, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and do a jaw that's opening here. Because if this is a skull plate that they're just wearing, or like, skull plate's not the right word, but if they're wearing a skull, they can still move their jaw independently. So we're going to do that, I think. So we're going to go like... I'm not the best at this stuff. Let's see if I go for kind of a whiter lip. It's going to hopefully allow me to get some teeth in here. Try the other side of the mouth here, going up. There we go. It's like, great, another DUI. Another court summons. I'm gonna need to move the nose a little bit too. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'll have to keep a lot of this in shadow though, I think is the idea. Maybe I'll come out and I'll make this skull part a little whiter. Okay, so bats have a couple of canines, looks like it. Can I see a bat with their mouth open here? These are really cute. You're so cute. The heck? Yeah, they got little fangs. They got them fangs. Got little teeth. Little teeth. So cute. God. I'm in love with this, like the first, the little first image that I showed you all. Just like the big ass ears. So cute. So floofy. Alright, let's draw some teeth. Okay, so I got my tongue there as well, or the tongue drawn in there as well. Not my tongue, this is not my character. Okay. I want to really quickly get a face sketch in here as well. So Phobos has the interesting cross eyes. I don't think they're dead necessarily. I don't think they're reincarnated or anything, or reanimated. Um, so the idea I'm going to rock with is I'm going to go for glowing crosses as their eyes. And by crosses, I mean X. God, the Brits are affecting me. We're going to do this so that hopefully it's noticeable what they're looking at. I have to play around with that. I don't hate those shapes though. I kind of want them to be a little lower though. I think I wanted to kind of be like, look, they're looking over the skull essentially. Necessarily, like they have to like look over it, as if like they're looking over the rim of glasses. I think that's pretty good for now. Okay. So everything's rather well sketched out. I think I'm going to unlock these and turn these down to. You know what? I'll actually keep them at maximum here. And then what we'll do is we'll put these all in sketch. And then we'll start working on line art. So we're going to do background line art. And for this, we're going to go for, I think, an 8 line here. Kind of like this jingle. Right now we're listening to 8-Bit Dragon Awakening from the Breath of Fire 4 remix soundtrack. This is by DDR Kirby. If you want to find that, go to ocremix.org. Oh, this guy's Barkade is pretty cool. Alrighty. Do I like how straight this is? Do I need to go straighter? I'm not going to complain about that, actually. I think we'll be fine. Okay, so most of the rest of the table is hidden by our character, which is fine. Turn this down to 6 for fun for the door. Myself a little more space to work with when I have to go do the details of like the window and stuff. And especially the door latch. As a reminder to you all as well, we are raising money here for charity today, and have been for the last 8 days. We are raising money for Rainbow Railroad, whose mission it is to help at-risk queer folk find pathways to safety, to escape persecution in their countries of origin. If you'd like to support, the donation links just flashed up in chat across both Twitch and YouTube. You can also scan the QR code on the screen, and if you're on Twitch, you can also hit the purple donate to charity button that's below the stream. For anybody who's hanging out on Twitch, an ad's gonna roll in about a minute, I should say, excuse me. It'll work for 30 seconds before you're back in the action, I promise. Welcome back from ads, y'all. Trying to get these lines done for the logs up top. I'm weirdly enough like not... What I wanted to do is I didn't want to actually follow the line I gave myself in the sketch. I wanted to kind of deviate from it a little bit. And I was having a really hard time not following the sketch, funnily enough. Alright, that'll work. Okay. I hope I didn't just tweak something in my neck. I was trying to massage myself and then massage my neck a little too hard there, I think. Ouch. Okay. Do the cabinets here. Oh, I had a certified sneeze moment there. I almost didn't draw over the reference because wait a minute, I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, that's my own sketch. It's not, it's fine. I can draw over that. Okay. So I'll lock that, I'm gonna hide that, and now we're gonna do our character liner. And dogs are out barking at FedEx. Too silly. Go for 5 line art, I think. So we're gonna do, actually we're gonna do 2 different line arts. We're gonna do Phobos line art, and then I'll do skull line art, and then I'll do letter line art as well. Let me quickly... I might make the ears bigger, honestly. We'll test that out here a little bit. I'm gonna bump this up to a 7 for her clothes. Just maybe a 6. All my dogs are barking. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna look out my window and make sure they're okay. Our littlest dog loves to do this thing where she just keeps barking after a while. Just to, like, I don't know, maybe ensure that everybody knows she's still there. It's cute. Can be obnoxious though, for sure. She's a good goober. And then, okay, I'm seeing the vision. I'm seeing the vision. We're actually not going to see a lot of our tie here, I'm realizing. So I think we're actually going to get rid of some of this here. We're barely going to see any of our tie. Oops. That's okay. Letter will cover up most of it. That's fine. I need to get the other line, though, so our hand can be fine. Okay, let's draw the vest in. I don't think that's too bad. Okay. So not a lot of her right shoulder left to the audience will be covered up by letter, but I think we're going to live with that. Oops, I didn't do it like that. Let me do it like this. Okay. I think my only concern really is that maybe the head's a little too small. But you know what? We actually are going to try and change here. And give her a bigger head. Yeah, that's better. Probably means I'm going to have to redo a lot of this lining here for the face, lips, and teeth and tongue, but I'll make it work. Yeah, we're just going to delete it. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll cut and paste it, and then I'll turn its opacity down a lot, and then I'll edit it. The hell am I listening to? Oh, weird. This is a Metroid Fusion remix piece of soundtrack. This is Diablo Al Lado from Zalef, Emunator, Zach Parrish, Lucas Guimareas, Ridley Snipes, JSA Blixer, and Luna Reese. Not used to hearing Metroid sound satanic. Yeah, it kind of works though. I wanted the other soundtrack to play, but it's okay. There was a Neon White remix soundtrack, and I got excited, but it's not going to play. It's okay. This one had the precedence. This is a Red Alert remix soundtrack, Command and Conquer. Hell March to the Apocalypse from Tony Dickinson, Prince of Darkness. All right, we're going metal into metal again. I'm not a big metalhead. This might even be considered industrial. The cacophony between loud machinery noises does not work for me. But it's okay. We got a radio. We can vibe. I kind of wonder if I'm logged into this, if I can skip tracks or stuff, and, like, bounce around the listed tracks. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Let's work on the rest of the head here. So now one of the other things I want to do is I kind of want to try making the head a little bigger. Let's see if I can make it work or not. Specifically because I want these ears to be a little more, a little less shape looking, if that makes sense. I want to be a little more organic. Oh, can bats fold their ears downwards? I didn't know that. That's cool. The more you know. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a... Yeah, I like that swoop. Not like that. That's not how I want it. Very close. This is kind of the shape I want. Oh, it's almost the right shape. I want it to be a little rounder. I think I'm going to do kind of like that. Yeah, and that'll work, I think. Right? We're going to round it a little bit more. All right, that's pretty good, I think. So... I think I'm going to get a... Try and do... Kind of a bend like that, and we'll have it come in a little bit like so. That's pretty good, actually. Let's see if I like that in a second here, and then we're going to go... I think it's decent. Yeah, I think I can live with that. Maybe I'm going to do just a... Do I want to do that? I don't think so. I think we'll leave it as it is. Put that there, and then this one will have one as well. It'll be a little less, it'll be a little thinner. right? Yeah. You know what I'm thinking too? I think we're gonna change the left one. uh, I am indecisive, if nothing else. Alrighty. I think I might move. Oops. I think I might move this one a bit further down. That's it. I like that. That's good. In my opinion, I think. Let's do our ear floof. Yeah, there you go. Listening to Space Gazer from the For Everlasting Peace 25 Years of Mega Man Celebration Remix soundtrack. This is by Flex Style. And for whatever reason, I'm hearing like the computerized Dalai Lama in this. I don't know if that's what they used here or not. I'm kind of curious. Let me see if it tells me here. Oh, it takes me to the lovely celebration page. Unfortunately, that doesn't tell me about the song, so I'd have to guess. But again, if any of you want to listen to some of these songs and stuff, head on over to ocremix.org and type in the soundtrack titles I tell you, and enjoy some good music. Okay, now let's draw the skull. Texturing the skull is going to be probably the hardest thing I have to do. Okay. Oh, right, I need to get this little line in here. So we're going to lock this, hide this, unlock this, move this, and then we'll do this. There we go. This also gives me the perfect opportunity to go back for the hands, because I need to draw these in still. So in here we're going to do... There we go. This one's not drawn correctly, really, so we're going to have to kind of wing it here. I'll keep that line there, but we're going to draw it straighter here. I have to do tweaking on that one, but for now, we'll see how I like it. Definitely have to tweak it. What did I do here wrong? Oh, it's the thumb, right? I see that. Okay. Let me quickly also get rid of this line because that's from the shirt. And this one's thumb related. Cool. Why did I leave? Oh, right, because of the indent I was putting there for the skull and the eyes here. Yeah, this is looking great. Oh, I need to fix this line. Looks like it. Weirdly enough, the way I hold my hands, my left and right differ when they're holding something in their hand like a paper, funnily enough. Let's see if I can replicate that. Perspective-wise, I might have to fiddle with this more as well. I could probably make that work. I think I can make that work. Hello, game. Why wasn't it? I don't know why I wasn't typing in my layer. That was weird. I was trying to call my layer or something, and then it didn't do what I needed it to. Bizarre. Okay. Crap, even so my shirt collar is going to get hidden. Damn. I'm proud of that shirt collar on that side. Oh, well. Shit happens. Okay. That should be the lines I need for everything here. Let me do the background as well here. We're going to quickly adjust this a little bit so that it fits here with my ears. The ears I've drawn. Probably could have masked off those lines, but it's okay. They're not significant enough that I think I'm gonna worry about it too much. Okay. I still technically need to draw the guitar in. I forgot about that. Hopefully I don't forget. Let's just draw that right now as well. Why not? So we're gonna draw above the cupboards a guitar. We're gonna have it be in the style of the lesbian flag for fun. Keep that up there. Oh, my guitar reference here. I wonder why guitars are shaped like this. Okay. So the fretboard does kind of decrease in size as it goes up. So we're gonna keep this flat here. Then we're gonna go for slight taper, kind of like that. Yeah, that'll work, I think, for my brain. We're gonna bring this in. Cap it off there. Okay. So we're not gonna see the whole guitar, which is kind of the intent, because it's supposed to be hanging over the most of the cabinet. And is it still visible like this? Perfect. Then we're gonna get the, I don't know what to call these things. couple of these do have the whammy bar. Probably should get the whammy bar in there. Yeah, we'll call it a serviceable whammy bar. I don't know. We can go a little higher with this side here, actually. Okay. They also draw the mount it's going to be on. Can imagine it resting on pegs up here, and then there's like another hook further down the line. I haven't had water all stream long. Let's fix that. Holy cow, we're an hour and a half in a stream. What the hell? Well, I guess this is a good time as any for me to get the audio working here for our lovely little video that I was going to show off. Okay, let me do a quick little setup here thing, make sure we're below Twitch. Crank myself down so I don't hear myself on my own stream audio, and I think we're ready to rock and roll. All right, we're putting a pause to our lovely little radio, and we're gonna watch a video from Devin Matthews, the head of programs from Rainbow Railroad. I'm gonna play immediately. Save. Okay, cool. Let me make sure this is working, and we'll hop right in.
For those living.
Would you believe me if I said that I somehow the wrong video didn't work? Open. There we
Hey
go.
folks, thank you so much for your support of Rainbow Railroad. We really couldn't do the work that we do without supporters like you. So thank you and happy Pride. My name is Devin Matthews. I'm the Chief Program Officer at Rainbow Railroad, and I'm excited to share a little bit about our work that we do with you today. I know my colleagues have shared other pieces of information, but just to share with you that Rainbow Railroad is currently operating in a number of different hotspot locations around the world. One location that we've been operating in for some time now is in Uganda as a result of the very homophobic and transphobic legislation that has been in place for some time now, but in particular around the Anti-Homosexuality Act, which has caused a major increase in requests for help and a huge need for people on the ground, including human rights defenders who are being subjected to arbitrary detention or risk of police brutality, community level violence. So we have a very active presence in Uganda and work with grassroots partners there. Historically, also, we've had a huge connection to and partnership with organizations in Pakistan that are helping individuals who are fleeing Afghanistan. Right now, we're in a bit of a distressing situation where we still have a lot of people who need support in Pakistan, but very few options from governments to help support those individuals, and a very tricky dynamic in terms of supporting people while they wait. So that's an area where we have had a lot of presence in historically and are experiencing some challenges at the moment. We also work with a lot of people who are experiencing kind of the compounding nature of crises around the world. So, there's obviously the LGBTQI crises, like I noted, around what people are experiencing as a result of legislative shifts in Uganda. This is also true in Ghana, where we're seeing new legislation be incredibly harmful to the LGBTQI community. We actually just met with an activist yesterday who leads the charge in supporting the LGBTQI community and advocating for their freedom in Ghana, and are monitoring the situation as it kind of unfolds. We're also really concerned about what's happening in South Sudan right now. South Sudan is kind of the area where if we had more resources, we would do a lot more. There's such an acute need given the civil unrest that's been happening in South Sudan and the just scale of human rights crisis that's been going on. And we have so many requests for help from South Sudan of people who have fled from Uganda and Kenya and other countries and who are stuck in this kind of infinite waiting game. And the services that had previously existed in South Sudan as a result of US funding globally have really shrunk. So that's an area where I'd love to be able to do more work if we had more resources. But for now, we continue to carry on. And yeah, thank you for all of your support, and happy to answer any questions in the future, or you can check in on what we are publishing and putting out there to learn more. Thank you.
So thank you to Devin Matthews for that fantastic piece of information for us. Those videos are a couple weeks old, I think, if not like a month and a half. But they're the representative of the world we're living in and the challenges that queer people are facing as legislation is passed against us and stuff. So you can hear a lot of work is being done in Uganda to try and make sure that refugees are having their rights protected, as well as making sure that anybody who does feel like they need to flee can find resources and find help and pathways to safety through Rainbow Railroad. So that's where some of our money's going as well. On top of that, though, with how things are always changing, one of the things that was made clear to me when I was doing my research and getting a lot of this set up and stuff was that our money can move around and go to different places depending on what's most needed at the current time and when those donations are received. So when you are donating, your money goes to wherever it needs to help the person right then and there at like wherever the current need is at, right? Um, so yeah, we're doing a lot of good work. As Devin pointed out, if there's questions that need to be asked, feel free to like go ask for support at Rainbow Railroad or to tune into their publications on their site. We've been reading a couple of those as time has gone on through the event. Um, and it's just important that we keep kind of like our finger on the pulse, so to speak, uh, on these situations and stuff as stuff continues to unfold. Um, as long as queer people are considered abnormal or less than anybody else, we will never have true safety. And so we got to keep fighting for our rights and making sure that when we're donating, hopefully we can, or let me phrase that, when we donate, that we can, that we all know that that money is going towards helping people where it's most needed and where it can help change lives, both in legislation to help people who may not be able to escape, but also helping those who are looking for resettlement and refugee options. So thank you guys so much for all the support throughout the week. The couple of 2 weeks we've been doing this. I'm going to show that Devin Matthews video again tomorrow. Um, but for now, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. If everybody's lurking, no worries. I will say if you want to donate, the QR code at the bottom of the screen is one of the best ways to do that. It takes you right to the donate link on Tiltify. You can also do !donate if you need a link. If taking a picture is difficult at the moment, you can do !cause, which will take you, give you a little blurb as well as take you to the Railroad website if you want to read more about publications, if you want to see more about what they're doing, or if you might need assistance of your own. And then as well, if you're on Twitch, there is also the option below the stream with the big purple donate to charity button. That'll allow you to donate directly without leaving Twitch as a platform. So thank you guys so much for all the help. Thank you guys for coming along with me for the ride, even though some days I've had low energy and some days I needed to take off a little earlier than I'd like. But the support we've done here with $200 raised has meant the world to me. It has made me very happy and still got a little more time. We're going to go for about another 30 to 40 minutes here, depending on how I feel. But then we'll call it a stream. And then tomorrow we'll have hopefully a 3-hour stream to finish everything off. But right now, let's put on a little more work here and let's finish this door. I double check something a little funky and weird that my brain thought of. Well, I can go check the VOD later. I was a little. It occurred to me like all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, did I put the audio through on the VOD? So I'm hoping that um when these VODs are all said and done, that hopefully those pieces of audio are able to come through for both Devin today and Elena yesterday, or Elena. Pretty sure how it's pronounced. But I'll double check on that before before too long today. I'll double check that before or after we end, I should say. Welcome back from ads, everybody. I'm glad I didn't roll those right as they would have basically finished right as, or those ads would have rolled like right away after or after Devin spoke. So I was like, I have to make sure those are snoozed. So hopefully nobody got caught in ads during that showcase video to explain where Rainbow Railroad is working at the moment. I gotta say it's a funky window, but it's probably one of my best windows ever to date. I'm not that good at perspective. I've been practicing a little bit, but not too much. But that window is rough. Alrighty, let's do some coloring. I think that's let me really quickly do some extra background detailing because I wanted to do some like jars and stuff and like maybe a napkin roll on the table. I don't think these exist as much anymore these days, but I'm going to draw a bread box because I think it'd be really funny to see one of these in an old cabin. Maybe I should draw a chair as well. All right, messy chair, messy details. I think we're ready to rock. So, Phobos is very kind of bruxious, the word I want to use. No, that's a Pokemon. I don't know why that's one of the words I want to default to. It's like a dusky red is kind of what I'm thinking of. Maybe dusky is the word I'm looking for, but it's like a dusky gray, maybe dusky red. I don't know. Regardless, it's coloring time. We're actually not gonna put that all in folders. It's okay. Let's try this color here. Still don't have any messages about Phobos' design, so we're flying blind. I didn't bring in the sketch for the face. Whoops. That's okay. I can make it work. I'm kind of thinking I want to draw the color in the ears differently on a different separate layer. I think I might do that. Because I think they should still be like this dark grayish, reddish brown. But I think they should be lighter too. Although it's not technically how it is in the reference, I think it'd add a little bit of personality to make the idea of a bat a little more plausible. Yeah, I think it's a better color here. I'm gonna do fur, and then I'll also do a hands layer above it. So we got a very dark vest here, but I kind of want to play around with that. Maybe go for like a darker grayish rather than a straight black. We got a whitish, maybe cream like undershirt, dress up shirt. I think I might use this color instead for the skull rather than the shirt here. I might make the shirt a more of a grayish white. Okay. I think I am going to use this color for skull here. We're going to do a separate face color as well, which is going to encompass things like the eyes and the mouth. But the skull will be all one color. We're already looking at a very bright canvas here because I'm considering I'm using white on a gray background. But just so I can check to see if there's any spots that I missed. I'm going to change this to a pink background, so a little bit more eye strain here for anybody that might be sensitive to that. I did miss some spots. Okay. Okay, now let me do different color on the clothes here. Okay. Now let's get our blue tie-in. Go for a very kind of indigo blue if I can here. It's a little too bright. I might go for one that's a little more desaturated. Okay, let's quickly draw our letter color in. Goodbye, Ty. I just drew your area getting hidden. It's technically a little bit here down here that I gotta hide as well. Or draw it, but it's okay. Forgot about it. I think for the letter I'm gonna draw it in a slightly darker color green as well. This is gonna be mostly in shadow. A little bit more eye strain. Apologies, everybody. I'm gonna go for red this time though. It's a little less intense. Right now, y'all are listening to Witchcraft from the Banjo-Kazooie Remix soundtrack. This is by Blaze, or Blaze, depending on how you want to say it. Hey, one of these days I should do a charity incentive where y'all can make me play Banjo-Kazooie. That sounds kind of like fun. Okay. Now, let's get those ears done before I decide to hop around to anything else. So we're gonna do gonna infuse a little color into them really quick. So up here at the top, I'll have a little bit of redness to them. And then we're gonna go for kind of a thinnish. Just grab this, do a little bit more around here. Grab a thin grayish red up here. And then down in a lot of places, we're going to blend this all in together eventually. And then down at the base, we're going to go for like a little bit more brown. Maybe dusky, like dark chocolate brown if I can. And we will combine it down at the fur base as well. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's it, it's pretty fun. What we're going to do is we're also going to very quickly grab the ears here. I'm going to use this to hopefully then blend a little bit easier at the top. We're just about to hit 2 hours, but I really want to get these ears done. Maybe a little bit of the face as well. So we'll see if I go for a little longer or not. Alrighty. Y'all are listening to A Hunter's Epilogue from the Super Metroid Remix soundtrack by Torby Brand, and this is a remix of the credits theme, sounds like. It's one of my favorite pieces of media ever. This is a great piano remix as well. This captures the original feel in a great way. I've been kind of thinking if I'm hoping at the end of this year I want to actually play Super Metroid for y'all. I've never played it before and I really want to. That was a great remix, damn. That was awesome. Ooh, sweet. We were listening to a Mega Man 9 piece. This is Daft Drafts, the Mega Man 9 remix soundtrack by Zircon. Shout out to Mega Man. Mega Man 8 is some of my favorite songs in video game history. They're so awesome. I need to play Mega Man 8 for you all as well. I've never managed to beat that game. I was a little too young. A little too youngin'. I was a little too youngin'. Uh, um, and like sometimes it just was a little too difficult for me. But man, what a good game. Ready? Someone had fun using the vocal synthesizer there. What I might do is I might do a like light grayish dusting over the red a little bit too. So let me throw on a, call it dusting. I'll just throw it on here and we'll get a gray going here. Because it's a little worried, it kind of looks like blood on the ears, and that's not what I'm going for. I'm just going for like different color shifts as the ears go up, right? That's what I'm going for. I think a little bit of grayish dusting up there helps a little bit. Give texture and livelihood there. Awesome. Oh my god, we're almost gonna go to, we're almost hitting 2 hours and a half. I will stop soon. Says the person who loves doing art. That's very good. Okay. Lock it down, lock it down. And let's do the face. So we're gonna go for some kind of pinkish. Just my kind of cute pinkish, but also a little darker in color. The mouth here. Nice. Get that tongue. And then we're gonna go for a deeper mouth for the gums, just a pinch. Okay. Should have thought about this before I did this. Whoops. We're gonna do, so here on the eyes, we're gonna almost completely black them out. We're gonna go for maybe like a 15 on the RGB scale. Yeah, an 18 on the RGB scale for grayness. And from here, I'm actually going to get a lighter one. We're gonna go for like, let's try 30. Yeah. Actually, first we're gonna do, what I'm gonna do is blur border by 10 pixels. Then we're gonna fill that in to get a blur going on. I want this to be darker, actually. Oops. Do like 22, I think. Okay. And then on top of this, we're going to do eyes. I wanted to be yellow as well, like kind of like a fluorescent yellow here. I'm bring in the sketch again so I can hopefully see the eyes here. There we go. Yeah, I kind of want it to be like this. That's kind of what I'm going for. All right. Okie dokie, there's the eyes done. We are 8 minutes away from half an hour over the time I said I was going to do for today. Yippee! I love being consistent. I was just checking really quickly to see if there's anybody I can raid today. There might be, depending on who I feel like raiding into. I'll have to color some of these things differently in different layers. It's fine. One of the things that kind of is a problem is I kind of wanted to do the what was his right eye in a way that it would show the back of the eye socket. But maybe what I should do is I should have it like be a little smoky around the edge and blur the line a little bit. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Not sure that yet though. Okay, let me do, because everything for Phobos is pretty much done. I would like to do, we're going to do detail colors here, which will be things like things on the table, but I'm going to do the guitar first. Also, shout out to the fact that I was dumb and I turned up the audio for the music to compensate for the really good Super Metroid soundtrack, and then I forgot to turn it back down, so that was really overshadowing me. Teehee. Alrighty, let's look at our colors here. So we're going for the 7 stripe flag, which is... Can I just actually copy this image? Copy image. Paste that in here. Be confused as to why something's exploding in front of my door. I'm gonna go check something really quick. Okay, situation resolved. We're fine. Alrighty. So we're gonna go for... Ooh, I hope I can fit all these colors in here, but it should be fine. So the biggest... We're gonna do this all white for the time being. Fill this all in. Save for the hook and stuff, because those will be their own separate color. Okay, I'm gonna bump up the width of this here to make this a little faster. Right now, you all are listening to Lunar Phase from the Silver Case remix soundtrack by Garode. Whoa, hey, I gotta send this to some friends who would absolutely freak out about that. That's sick. I love that. And then probably coming up next is the Accursed Seal from Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest remix soundtrack by Juan Medrano. I'll update that if that song does actually not win on the radio vote list. There was more than I thought there was to draw. Teehee. So what I'm going to kind of do is I think what we'll do is we'll try and partition it so sure the fretboard's going to be all white. Oh, it's so weird. I can totally hear Garode. That's hilarious. I'm pretty sure I've sent this to some of my friends before who really love the Silver Case. But like, I'm listening to this, I'm like, I really hope I have sent them because I can literally hear some of Garode's like famous motifs. Love Garode. What a goat. Made the Valhalla soundtrack. I listen to them rather regularly, honestly. So good. Okay, and then we'll do our final red one up here. Perfect. Okay, it is a Castlevania 2 soundtrack. Fantastic. We're going to grab this one here. Bloody tears. Mm, 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 mm. I didn't partition out the colors perfectly right. So I might shift this up a little bit here is what I might do actually for fun. So that way I can have more of an even color distribution. The best thing about this is it's not going to be visible on the VOD. It's like nobody's going to know what the fuck I'm singing to. It's going to be great. I think that'll be enough. You know, sometimes it helps to turn on lock transparent pixels. Sometimes that does help. Oops. Let me actually just like do a little bit more. Lesbian guitar. I think what I do want to do is I want to add like a luxury depth to it if I can as well. We're going to try and do just like some deeper colors here. Hello, pen. For anybody hanging out and lurking right now, an ad's going to roll in about a minute. They'll roll for 30 seconds before you're back in the action. It'll probably be the final ad run of the stream. Appreciate you guys hanging around. Welcome back from ads, y'all. Just finishing up the last little touches here on the guitar. I'm basically trying to give it a little extra depth by adding extra colors that are visible. Kind of like as if they're around the edge and getting held up by like different things like the hook here and whatnot. Just because I know doing shading is going to be tough on this thing, so I figured I'd try to give it like a little 3D depth. Help myself out. Okay. There's the guitar. The fretboard won't have its shadow. I will, what I'm probably going to do though is I'm probably going to duplicate this here. Selection from layer, create selection. I'm just going to go for like a nice deep purple here for the shadow. Fill that in. And then we're going to offset a little bit here to be the shading. Blur strong. I'm just going to blur actually. Okay. So it's been almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. I cannot stop drawing. I'm having too much fun doing this. This has been a really fun piece to do. I wasn't sure that was going to come out great, but it's coming out very fun. I'm having a good time with it, so it'll be great, I hope, when it's done. I might work on this a little bit after stream. I don't know. I'm going to get up and stretch because my butt hurt. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for our finale. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Is there anybody else going to read? I'll drop you off at a Coveney. We're gonna go say hello to Coveney. We're gonna remind a Coveney that they need to play Cave Story. If you did, because I didn't know this until today. Coveney has never played Cave Story, and Cave Story is one of my favorite games of all time. And I'm like, I need Coveney to play Cave Story. Is this the right thing? Okay, perfect. But hey, you know what? A final reminder of our schedules and stuff. Tomorrow's our final day. 10 days. We're finishing up with day 9. 2-week charity events. We breached $200. Been great. So if you guys would like to come and support, tomorrow is the final day. And I'm going to kick back and relax and do a little bit more art. Maybe we'll finish this one if I don't get finished with it today. I'll have a good time. It'll be 3 hours, hopefully, of good fun and relaxation and sending July off with a bang. So I hope to see you guys there. Remember, we are raising money for Rainbow Railroad, whose mission it is to help queer people who are at risk by giving them pathways to safety through resource procurement, guidance or resettlement, and by being an advocate for queer folk in legislation. So if you'd like to support that, please consider checking out the QR code at the bottom of your screen, hitting !donate donate in our final minutes here, and or going to the little purple button below stream if you're on Twitch to click donate to charity. That'll also allow you to donate without leaving platform. But as we're skedaddling, we're going to go say hello to Kovni. So Kovni is off playing Lingo 2, which is a weird puzzle word game. I don't know how far Kovni is, but we're going to go say hello and have fun over there. Kovni's good people. We played Halo with them at the start of the year, and they're very, very fun to hang around with. Before we go, remember that we're both raising money here for Rainbow Railroad. We're also here to celebrate the fact that we're all queer and that being queer is not something to be ashamed of. We are in a time where legislation is coming down hard on being different, whether you're queer, whether you're Latina, Black, Asian, anything that is not considered the majority or popular. Legislations are cracking down hard on this. So please take care of yourselves. Find allies in the places you can. Take care of one another. And don't disparage one another. Be safe out there. Have a wonderful time. I'm going to get this raid started. And have a great time. I opened up a lot of tabs today. Oof. Come up with your own raid messages if you're coming along with me. If not, don't worry about it. I will see you guys over there. Until next time, it's never goodbye. Just see you all later. Have a wonderful Thursday, everybody. I'll see you all tomorrow.